So let's start with understanding about the CRUD application structure. What is CRUD all about? Acronym of CRUD, which is create, read, update, delete, which is like scaffolding. You can see scaffolding is some type of code generation where you can point it to the web application database, which results in creating a basic CRUD application. So first of all, let's start with creating a project. So my project is nothing but understanding about the blog management. So I'll create a project over here. So the project name will be, first of all, with the command prompt, let's create a project. Phalcon create project, and the project name is blog management. So yeah, the project has been successfully created. Let's go to our HT docs to have a look in it. So it has blog management over here with the typical database structure. So now what I'll do, I'll just have a look. I'll show you which different type of database tables are to be included over here. The database has been already created with me. The name of the database is blog. So let's go to our PHP myadmin. I'll give a complete overview of what different type of tables have been included in our database structure. So inside blog, we have categories, posts, and labels. So this is my creation of a particular project. So it has categories, post, and tables. So let's start with categories. Categories has a structure name, ID, name, and slug. ID is nothing but like you can see a primary key. Name is the name for the particular category, and the slug. Slug is like a division kind of thing. And we have post. So post has one more thing. It has many contents over here. It has ID, title, slug, content, create, user ID, and category ID. ID over here is again the primary key, but it has two references over here that is called as, that is nothing but the user's ID and the category's ID. So it is mentioned over here. So that's all for understanding about a post table. So let's start with the users table. The structure is over here. It has ID, login, and password. So I have created this table. The next thing I need to do is the project which we created right now. First of all, I'll import it in my NetBeans. NetBeans is just an IDE, so which will give you a better picture. Blog management. Okay, so I've imported my project. I'll do configuration over here. First of all, I'll configure my web app completely. So I'll configure here with the particular path of the project. So the DB name will be blog. So this is my database name. Username is root, password is nothing for all. You can set a password and the user if you require it, if you need for the security purpose. So this was regarding the complete configuration. The base URI is blog management. So first of all, let's start with running this project. I'll just run it out. So yes, it runs in a simple way, like it calls for index.volt and it gives the considerable output which is to be required. Now what I'll do, I'll scaffold this application. The scaffolding will result in creating a CRUD application, which will help in creating, retrieving, and updating the project. So let's start with that. So the command for that is nothing but like you need to go to the associated project first of all. The project which we created right now is blog management. So I'm into that particular project, blog management. Now I will use scaffolding. The scaffolding is nothing but done with the help of command Phalcon scaffold and the table name. So if you go for the, just check out for the spelling. So if you go for the table name again, we have posts, categories, and users. So I'll start off with the users first of all. Scaffold, the table name given over here is users. So you can see some set of files have been created, some views, and the controller is created, that is the user's controller. This scaffolding is successful if you give the proper configuration settings over here. If the configuration setting is not proper, it will definitely not create the scaffolding thing. In the similar way, let's start off with the like post controller. So post, scaffold post. So you will associate with the table name because with respect to the table name, it will create the controller as well as the view. So let's start off. Scaffold post is there. Next we have is categories. So we have categories over here. So this includes all the necessary views, and this is the controller, that is the categories controller which is created. So let's refresh our project. So if you check it out in my source files, inside app, inside controllers, I have categories controller, post controller, users controller. Inside models, I have the respective models. So scaffolding has created the models, views as well as the controller. So inside views, with respect to, we only had overlook about index.volt, but we can create a folder and do it accordingly if we need it. So inside categories, it has edit, index, new, search. So what is this all about? Like edit, index, new, search is nothing but it gives page for editing and creating as well as searching the particular thing. For now it is categories. In the similar way, it has created for post and for users. So scaffolding application has been generated for now. So let's start step by step. So first of all comes with our login page. So I'll start off with my users controller. So here I'll start off with the basic thing of what all is to be needed for scaffolding a web application. So this we'll have a look in the next chapter.